Welcome to Babies from Beyond, the podcast that gives all babies a voice, whether they are still in spirit or already earthside. I'm Lauren Dionysius, a former registered NICU nurse turned baby soul communicator, and I'm here to share the wisdom of today's babies to guide you on your motherhood journey. Okay, so today we are continuing these guest podcast episodes where I invite a woman onto the podcast and we connect and communicate with those baby souls who are around her at this time to see what they have to say. So today we have Jacqueline, and you'll hear a live baby soul reading with her. And just know that I have shared this with her full permission as well, and sensitivity for her journey, and also the respect and the autonomy for all of those souls that are involved. So like anything in life, listen with a curious mind, and if something resonates and supports you, that's great. If it doesn't land, that's okay too. Just keep on walking. Every journey is unique, everyone is different, and there's no right or wrong way to navigate this journey called life. So just keep that in mind as we go through the reading. So Jacqueline, thank you so much for being here. And yeah, would you like to share a little bit about your journey so far and where you're at the moment?
Sure. Well, thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I'm a first-time mama to an almost 2-year-old son, Owen. He'll be 2 in October. And he is just my whole world. I'm fully home with him. I put everything on pause when he was born because I just wanted to be home with him and wanted to be fully present with him. I'm actually watching him on the monitor right now, hoping he stays asleep. And yeah, this honestly arrived in my awareness rather at the perfect time, because only recently have I started to feel that pull on my heart and on my womb for the next baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't felt ready, honestly, until this month. I've just been so in love with one-on-one time with Owen.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely starting to feel a soul poking me, tugging me, pulling at me, whispering to me. And I'm starting to feel really ready and excited for that journey again.
Mm-hmm.
So just like I said, this just couldn't have come in a better time. So just seeking clarity around that sweet soul that might be ready to come.
Amazing. Well, let's see what they have to say today. I'm excited too. So yeah, just for full transparency with these sessions, have we worked together before? Have we had any previous readings or sessions in the past?
Yes. So I had a reading with you when I was about 7 months pregnant with Owen, just wanting more clarity on his specific soul and how I could support him coming earthside, not only through the birth portal, but also when he was here, and how I could really tend to him and just be the best mom I could to him. And it was a beautiful session.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. Well, let's see what the timelines are doing now, and yeah, who wants to come through. So I'm just going to take a moment now just to tune in and do my own little process off camera, and I will be back in a moment.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So I've done my little process and now I'm back. So Jacqueline, just to give us some place to start, is there anything in particular that you'd like to focus on, or any questions that you have in relation to Owen, but also in relation to, a future soul?
Yes. Well, I think my main question is just, am I correct in what I'm sensing? Is there another soul that is really ready to come in now, very soon?
Mm-hmm.
How can I best prepare for that soul? And I do worry about how Owen will feel about another baby, because he's so used to having mama and dada all to himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could start there if you want.
Yeah, perfect. So when I was tuning in, and I was very specific about inviting future children who are planning a journey with you in this life. So I did immediately feel the presence of one, possibly two. And I always ask around, we'll go more into this around why they're there, because I don't automatically assume that that means that two more babies are coming. But I want to start with the soul that I felt the strongest. And it was really interesting too. When I do this work, I can get all different clues around why they're here and what they have to share from the location or where I find them, like where I sense them, because babies, in my experience anyway, come to us, I guess, from different angles. I don't know if that makes sense. But it's interesting because I actually feel the presence of a more feminine feeling soul, but only just like general, or what I would say, I don't even like to, is this feels like a judgment to me, but I actually feel like this soul has almost equal like masculine and feminine type qualities, but they're coming to me from a different angle than what they normally come to me, which normally souls will come to me on my left. This soul is coming to me on my right. When they do that, that to me, and kind of what I've learned around this work and the different signs and the different locations, is that the right side to me is always future. Like there's a real focus here or emphasis here on this is a soul from the future. This also makes me really curious about this soul's history and their experience with Earth, because it feels like a very curious soul, a very active soul, but also a soul that doesn't feel, and this may sound weird, but a soul that doesn't feels less human than the average soul. So I'm not saying there's some like alien coming to land on the earth, although, if we look at the bigger picture, I think we're all aliens in some form. We've all come to the earth, right? Not from here. So yeah, so my interpretation around this and what I'm sensing from this soul, because they're also talking in energy, like it is not words coming to me. It's very much about sensations, feelings, experiences, and that the energy is probably like the best way to describe. It's like the way it feels to me is, if you feel that somebody's watching you, or you feel that there's this, almost like, that's probably the best way to describe it. It feels like there's somebody watching me. So it's more about their presence rather than talking or images at this time. So my sense from this and how I'm interpreting their energy then is that this is a soul who either hasn't been to Earth before or hasn't been for a while, because there's less familiarity with the Earth plane and with the Earth energy. And they feel, not that there's a misalignment there or disconnect, it's more that the frequency feels very different to, say, a frequent flyer, like a soul that's been to Earth hundreds of times, knows the drill, all of that. So I'm finding in this work more and more of these souls coming to the earth. They're also coming to the earth to really break traditions, break patterns, break systems. Not break systems, I should say change instead of break. Not about breaking, it's about creating change on the earth, doing things differently, thinking outside the box. Sort of on that outer, it's hard, like the energy feels like avoiding mainstream, but it's more about being on the outer edges of the mainstream, not afraid to try new things, new ways of being, new ways of living, new ways of thinking, new ways of doing. It's all of this sort of energy is what I'm feeling from this soul and what they're coming here to do and the role that they're coming here to play in this next life. And as I mentioned, I am feeling more and more of these souls. I call them this new wave of souls who are coming to, they're a new wave of old souls, in the way that they're not brand new souls with no experience. They're souls who have been to other places in the cosmos, and you can go as far into that with your mind as you would or wouldn't like to. That's like a can of worms, but in my experience, Earth is only one place that a soul can travel to. to have experiences and learn and grow and all of these things. So my sense from this soul is they've had a lot of experience in other places. I'm feeling from this soul they have a very strong connection to light. That's also a pattern that's starting to come in more, is that today's children respond and are very, very sensitive to, different colors of the rainbow, different frequency. And if you go a little bit more cosmic or galactic into this side of thing, we're talking like light codes and all of these things, light language, all of that type of kind of like next level. Again, not to make it better or worse, but just a higher dimensional and also like a different experience of energy and a different resonance with energy. So it's really interesting. And this is me at the moment. I'm just reading the energy of this soul that I feel around. Very, very sensitive. But also what I'm feeling from this soul is also not so much with me, but Jacqueline, I feel more with you. And you possibly have already been experiencing this. This is a very, very telepathic child as well. Where
I can't believe you just said that. Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah. It's very, look, we're all telepathic on some level. I wholeheartedly believe that. But today's children are next level, and it's coming in and staying intact when they land here on Earth for a lot of children. So that's what I'm feeling with this soul. I'll call this soul a she just because I'm leaning more into like a feminine energy. But as I said, I can feel kind of both polarity on the energy side of things. So I don't like to really label as a feminine energy, but the human me kind of likes some kind of reference to refer them to. Because, they feel very neutral in that way. And that could also be part of their journey here on Earth, is around breaking, or not, again, breaking, it's interesting that word keeps coming up, but more changing or challenging the stereotypical like gender roles. And that's not necessarily related to sexuality or anything like that. It's more about the equality between like men and women, and how finally, things are changing, that we still have a way to go, but there's something there for this child around that. And I feel that's why they're coming through, not feeling, to me anyway, maybe different for you, Jacqueline, and the experiences that you've had with this child, but feeling, like quite equal, as far as they're quite balanced is probably the word, as far as their energy goes. I feel like there's more to share with this about this child, but I just wanted to stop for a moment, just see if that landed for you, like any questions around that or anything you wanted me to expand more on in relation to that.
Yes, no, that definitely resonated. I was just like nodding the whole time because when I tune into this next baby, it does feel like a girl, and she does feel very spiritual, psychic, like a little light being. Oh boy. So that all definitely resonates.
Amazing, because it's a light being. I think that's a really beautiful way to put it, because there is this resonance with light and the frequency that different light carries, which will be, I feel, a really important part of her childhood, and what helps to keep her in check, as in keep her in balance, being like a little human. Okay, so that's kind of her energy. I want to move a little bit more now into her things around like timing, and I'm feeling we'll touch base with Owen as well. I feel like he's probably not waking up already. He's getting ready to wake up that time in the morning. So let's see where he's at as well in relation to this, because not quite being two, he's still little. He's still adjusting to being a little human on the earth here. So let's see what he has to say. But I just feel like leaning into this soul's energy a little bit more, because she's communicating with me on a different level. I definitely feel like there's no urgency here. the thing I feel around this soul's energy is like this feeling of almost like floating to earth. So it feels like I'm not feeling, and this is probably coming from you as well, or not coming from you, is like I'm not feeling any pressure to come. There's no urgency to come. It's also important for Owen, is what I'm starting to get a clearer connection with her now. What I feel she's doing is she's actually going to come to earth slowly. She's saying that she's moving through, well, she's not saying in words, but saying, I guess, energetically, is she's starting to descend energetically. She's starting to move through the layers, move through the dimensions. But she's going to get to this place. I don't know why she's sharing like the number 4. I'm just going to park back, so I don't know what that means, but there was just like a reference to the number 4 for some reason. Maybe it's dimension. I don't know. But I just get this sense that, yeah, she's just starting to make her way slowly to earth. And she's currently still very much moving through the dimensions and the different layers energetically. Because it's like her energy needs time to adjust. So it's sort of this feeling of I'm coming in slowly, I'm descending slowly. And as she's doing this, she's watching Owen, because even though I feel there is a connection there with Owen, but it's not an earth connection. So it feels to me that they have been together on, I don't know, it may sound crazy to some of you out there, but different dimensions, different planets, different stars, different other places that the soul can go to learn and grow and experience, like they have met there before. Owen, though, feels more I'm starting to sense his energy a bit more now. He's saying, and he's more speaking to me in words like, he says that I'm more earthly than this other soul. That's why Owen had to come first. It's almost like, I don't know, this is probably a strange analogy, but like the image that he's showing me now is like, I think they do it with, like when you're skydiving and things like that, and there's like a place for you to land, there's often like some kind of landmark on the ground that they aim for to land. That's what I'm feeling from this baby soul, that she's kind of heading towards that landmark, wherever that is. And it actually feels like Owen is that landmark. So it's like he's the big red X on the ground, like land here. So he's come first to land. Almost so she knows where to go. I don't know, that may sound strange, but I feel that he is like a guiding light for her journey to here. So, but she's also very aware and conscious of his energy, and that he will feel the ripples of her as she gets closer. And she's not sure how he's going to respond to that. So she's like, I just want to come in gently, which is interesting. It hasn't, and this is why these readings, they always surprise me, but I feel like she's coming in gently, almost giving him time to adjust as well. So I don't feel like conception is imminent. You know, it doesn't feel like it will be this year or possibly even early next year. When I tune into the conception timelines and how the energy feels right now, it feels like possibly like the second half of next year. It feels, yeah, energetically will be better for Owen, and also she will be close enough by then to actually be able to physically land here. But again, because I'm sensing energy here, that timeline I feel could swing quite widely depending on Owen, depending on you guys, depending on this soul, depending on what's happening energetically. Because she's like a feather like floating from the sky is how it feels to me. So trying to feel into the timing around that it's like, how long is a piece of string? But that's what I'm sensing at the moment, is around the timing side. But yeah, she needs time to adjust to the earth first, and Owen needs time to, what he's saying is to guide her landing It's like I need to I need to prepare myself for that journey as well, is what I'm feeling from him. Any questions around that, or anything else that you want to ask in relation to what's come through so far?
No, that's just so sweet, that image of him like guiding her to earth. I love that. I'm surprised actually by the timeline because we were like ready to start trying
Mhm.
now, like this month.
Yeah.
But how I take that is almost just like giving it up to God, source universe, of like, we're ready when you are, and you have a safe place to land when you feel ready to land.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a beautiful interpretation of that. And as I said, those timelines can absolutely shift and change. So there's it doesn't mean that you need to wait and, for another year to start trying at all. It's all, and I think because this is such an energetic, I mean, it always is energetic, but particularly for you and this soul and also Owen, the energetics of all of this is so important. It's like that's what's leading the way here rather than astrology or numerology or what's right or beliefs, all of these things. So because it is very energetic first and it needs to land, then yeah, it's very much about your intuition. And if you are feeling ready to start trying, you're feeling that call, then absolutely do that. Because as I said, like these timelines feel yours more than most, feels very vague isn't the word, but that's the best word I have to describe it right now. So it's not firm, it's not set. At best, that feels like a guide. So yeah, so really go with your own intuition here and what feels right moving forward over these coming months, and honor that and trust that is what I would say. Yeah, in response to the timeline. Okay, well, I'm feeling that yeah, things have sort of like pulled back a little bit, which tends to happen when the information that's come through has come through. So yeah, so how do you feel, Jacqueline, after hearing that? Did it land? I mean, we've already talked a little bit, but yeah, did it land? Did it? Some things not. Like, how does that all feel for you?
Yeah, no, it definitely lands. It feels very validating because I've been feeling that similar energy from her spirit.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just feel excited. I'm so proud of Owen for being like the grounded older brother, like supporting her way to earth. And I'm excited to meet her when she feels ready. We're open when, we're ready when she's ready.
Yeah, beautiful, and I think that's a really beautiful perspective to take as well, because then it's going to allow her to float down as and when she's ready, without stress, without pressure, and just this very innate, intuitive, but also grounded arrival too is how it feels. Mm. And I feel like that is going to be kind of be setting the path for her journey in life as well, that she will be someone that will need to feel her way through the world is how it feels. So it always makes sense to me when it's like they start that process in spirit before they've arrived. So
Yes, you also just one thing that I forgot that you just reminded me when you said like she feels very like not mainstream and doing things a little out of the box. That's exactly how I felt about raising my kids. Like never in a million years did I think I would homeschool, but now I feel that pull to not put them in the public school system and not put them, I mean,
yeah.
I'll just leave that there, not put them in the system in that way and do things a little differently and let them be kids and not force them to sit in desks for 8 hours a day. Let Mother Earth be their biggest school. Like, so that really, really landed. That really resonated when you said that.
Yeah, which is beautiful, because that's what she's looking for. So it makes sense that she's being guided to you because you're already, well, she knows that that's what you will offer her, that's what you will support her with on her journey, which is beautiful. I love the synchronicities and the connections between your own beliefs here on earth and how you're living your life and your journey, and also what these children need and what they're looking for as well, because they are looking for women, for mothers who are also wanting to see change in the world, in these areas of childhood and raising children and all of these things. So it's like, you come first to have your own experiences and your own thoughts, beliefs, all of these things, your own values, what's important to you. And again, that paves the way then for Owen and also for this next child, which I think is really beautiful. So yeah, thank you so much, Jacqueline, for being here and for being open to receiving this reading publicly for others to hear. And I hope those of you listening were able to receive something out of this as well. I also really want to thank Owen and his soul for coming to the earth first, for paving the way, for being that brave, courageous soul to take that leap, and also for guiding this next little soul here as well, for being that anchor, that support, that landmark for this little soul to arrive into. And also, of course, this new little soul, this future soul who's taking a leap, coming to earth, who's going to change things in her own ways, in different ways. And I'm so excited for her journey here as well. So yeah, if this stirred something in you and you'd like to find out more, please check out the links in the show notes for different ways that you can, connect more deeply with your own baby or child, whether they're in spirit or earthside. You can also check out my website at bornenergy.com.au for more information. Thank you for tuning in to Babies from Beyond. If you've enjoyed this episode, I'd love for you to leave me a review just wherever you listen to your podcasts. Also, head over to Instagram and give me a follow at Born Energy. And check out the show notes for more ways that you can connect with your baby's soul, including one-on-one readings and online programs to support you. Until next time, trust your journey and your baby. Take care.